Rest well.
Can I come in?
Want to read some more?
Not today. You're all leaving tomorrow, right? I'll be cheering for you. So I just... Oh no. I promised Miss Fabian I wouldn't cry.
Oh, it's all right.
I just kick her out. Like, alright, you can go.
Papa was trying to stop a bad man, you said. And that's what you're all doing too, isn't it? Please come back home safe. I'll be waiting here as long as it takes.
It's a promise.
Alright. Promise? The next time I see you again, can you tell me more about the outside world?
This one's important.
Oh, that's so cute. Okay.
I never got a chance to say this to Papa. So, thank you. I'll go to bed now.
Captain, may I have a moment?
Good night.
I was hoping for a chance to speak before we set out. Since our meeting, I've done nothing but impose on you. Now, you risk your very life for this cause. Tis no easy burden.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Pains me to see. When I think of how this may yet save His Highness, I lose sight of all else. Such disregard ill becomes me.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Tis kind of you to say. But that book, we met once before, on a carriage bound for the capital. Do you recall?
You got me thrown out.
I remember your stunt getting me flung in the wastes.
My apologies. I thought only to minimize casualties, one way or another. So, 'tis a novel envisioning an ideal world. Curious to see a utopian novel these days. I'd thought them long since banned. Ah, you needn't worry. I've no intention of taking it from you. I've sometimes wondered why such books were forbidden. Rumors say the Sanctists objected to their contents. Yet I wonder, how could a simple book have possibly stung them so? Do you mind if I read a passage or two?
Oh man, wait till you see.
So, it is a fiction written as if a personal account. This chapter seems to concern the system by which the nation's leader is decided. In this country, one cannot become even a statesman, much less sovereign, without the consent of the people. Those who aspire to statecraft must first solemnly swear before the people what they will do in service of their country. Should they earn title but break their word, they are denounced and stripped of power. Such is the authority of the people. In this way, it is the people who are the land's true king. Quite the opposite of our own country.
This is just
Now
having
I
the
see
democracy.
why our upper echelons would abolish such texts. Had our lands embraced such accountability, perhaps His Royal Highness would not have suffered such a fate. No. As a knight, 'tis not my place to say. I must clear my head of these fantasies. In the end, clinging to a dream will do me no good. Oh, I suppose 'tis not so bad to dream now and then. It takes power to walk the path of our dearest hopes. Perhaps that is the purpose of this newfound strength. My dearest dream. 'Tis to save His Highness,
This is sweet.
even at the cost of my life. Nothing more.
Nothing more. I love that band.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Hey, it's 6:24. That's crazy. Oh, a cutscene.
Judah!
Lady Juna!
Oh, damn. She an idol?
Faraway sky so clear. Let my wish
That was amazing.
Even I'm feeling the heat. Well, I suppose it's time to fan the flames. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and all to the inauguration of the Tournament for the Throne! For the first time, the crown is anyone's to claim, as long as the aspirants can complete 3 grueling challenges.
Yeah, we know about the first one. Go to Oceania.
He's perfect for this.
Let's discuss the venues. We kick off in the west, in the Pearl of the Coast, the Principality of Oceania's harbour city capital, Port Brilehaven. There, they face their first challenge, the Exhibition of the Brave. Each contender must bring back the head of a monster, a mark of their prowess and courage. Next, our would-be monarchs head east. Upon the misty peaks, we arrive in the Principality of Montario's beautiful city of faith, Altaberry Heights.
Okay.
And finally, our heroes make their well-deserved return home to Grand Trad. But first, let's do introductions. It's time to meet those risking their lives for the crown. Closest to the throne, I know him, you know him. It's Sanctism's one and only 78th Sanctifex, His Eminence, Forden!
Ah, the Pope.
Victory to Sanctifex Forden!
I claim no great ambition, nor any heated calls to action. All I wish is to restore order for our people and to safeguard our land from the threats beyond. This chaos we face is but one of God's many trials. Let us restore our kingdom's glory together!
Moving right along, we come next to His Eminence's champion, the very spear in his hand, the warrior monk captain of the Crown Theocracy, Master Giddo!
I come before you only in loyal service of His Eminence. I relinquish the throne to him gladly. But those who would seize the crown by force, I will teach you to fear God and to fear me!
So much for this being a fair competition. How many horses do the Sanctus have in this race? Still, it's not over by far. The Luis supporters won't take this lying down.
What cowardice, Friar! Where's Count Louise?
It's the floating cats. That's not a cat, that's just floating stuff.
All right, settle down. At this time, I can report that Count Luis has not applied to enter the tournament.
What? He's not even entering?
He's no need
What
to.
becomes of us? Our entire purpose in this race was to get closer to him.
Don't worry. He's definitely paying attention. He's only in second as it is, so we can't afford to ignore this whole production. Sit tight. I'm sure he'll make a move soon.
All right, all right. For those Count Luis supporters, you might want to meet our next entrant. A rising socialite, a man of ambition, godless and fearless, the brash young warrior serving Count Luis, Gladel, the Black Hound.
Him? So he was one of Luis's men.
The fallen king embraced Sanctism and all its holy tenets, and for what?
I see.
He was nothing before Lord Luis.
Look to the sky all you wish. No god can save you. What our country needs is power!
Well, it's not quite all the contenders, but let's get on with the introductions. The great liberal merchant, it's Roger Ward. By war, by conquest, by right, it's Rudolph Kraus. In it more for the gauntlet runners than the throne, it's Lena Caden. Sure to be
Oh,
popular by pledging free drinks for life, it's Loveless O'Shea.
Loveless O'Shea.
Uplifting the beautiful and deposing the hideous, it's Milo Maurizio.
Wow. If we lose this, I think the country has some even bigger problems.
Now, I do believe we have one final candidate. Do we have an Elden boy present? Come on, let's see a face.
Yeah, it's me. Me.
What? An elder? Disgraceful. Is this the only way you could think to distinguish yourself?
Get out of here! You bum! You fucking bum!
By the way, the ride you applied with still hasn't arrived. And if it doesn't show up by the time the noon bell rings, you're disqualified. All right?
Hey! What's going on?
That nitwit! What is he doing?
So, contestants, are you ready?
Is that our ride?
What? Last, I say! Wait! Found your behave!
Oh my god.
A land runner? It's quick! Wait, it's headed right for the... It'll crash!
Whoa!
What the heck is that?
Wonderful. So much for a first impression.
What hell? Isn't she a marvel, chums?
You dolt! You nearly brought down the cathedral! Have a care, you fool. It was bad enough when Luis did it the first time. That feckless, shameless old fool.
Not bad, kid. Guess you've got some interesting tricks up your sleeve after all.
Yeah, don't mind me.
Right! I'd call that a full roster. Ladies and gentlemen, race across the land. Go! Prove yourself worthy and earn your crown. For the people, for the throne. Let the games begin!
We must take to the road.
Come on, come on!
Okay, so now we got our land runner.
So fast! Gotta hold on to something or I'll get blown off!
It's incredible!
That was cool. I ended up standing out more than expected. I gained a lot of interest, but I only consider this part of my mission to aid the prince. Oh,
Just a sec.
this is our carriage.
Can you hear me?
Should I just run through the main road? Others seem to be doing as much. Just crazy as this runner. Take as a compliment, little lady. Now let's have some coordinates for the little test run. What is happening right now? Let's go to the place called Martira. Old Castle Town, I think, should be way south. Oh. I see.
This place here.
Let us have...
Hold on. This place here.
Wow!
I say 4 days, 3 nights about.
Oh.
It's a great deal faster than any carriage. Sure, the roads will be safer. Okay. Alright. Let's get on the road.
This is amazing. I
I don't know a thing about gauntlet runners, but even I can tell this is a hell of a craft. I can hardly believe she's ours to drive.
You're telling me, lad? Feels like ages since I've been out on the open road. This girl's been waiting long enough for her time to shine.
So this is what you use to talk with the driver? Convenient, that. Look, old fellow, are you really on our side? You realize we don't have funds to pay you.
Right now.
Money? Ha! I'm not in this for the money, boy. What I want is a little gusto. What do you think, lad? Isn't this a rush?
It is at that. Like riding the wind.
That's the ticket. It's been so long since I've had a good chinwag.
Brilliant, isn't it?
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You've a good head on your shoulders, boy. Yes, I can tell you're a sharp one. Where to, ladies? The world is our shellfish.
You certainly are a different person behind the wheel.
Hey, Hulkenberg! Can we get an explanation yet?
That man is Neurus. An Ishkia, if 'twas not obvious
Neurus.
from the wings. And despite everything, he was heir to a noble house and personal machinist for the royal family.
What?
He's a master engineer, of course, positively peerless. But as you can see, the runners get him a bit excitable. Neurus? Are you there? I'm coming in. Even amidst all this commotion in town, I find you buried in your work.
Too much to do.
As always. To business then. I must ask a favor. Would you be able to ready a carriage for me?
No new commissions. No time for them.
Oh, see, this is the flashback
It
to
is
how we
not
got
the
the
new
ship.
one I require. Before His Highness disappeared, did you not accept a contract to build him a custom carriage? Without a formal owner, I reasoned that it must now lie unused. I was hoping I
He's
might
like, huh?
borrow
Did I?
a short while.
Pish and tosh, woman. She is for royal use and naught else.
'Tis an unreasonable request, I know. But I'd not be asking without a grave need. Might I at least see it?
I mean, well,
I mean,
'Twas specially made for His
maybe.
Highness, yes? Not a work you'd have sold off. Where lies it now?
I've deadlines to meet, dash it. Off with you now. Leave me be.
You've been acting stranger than usual. What ails you?
Whoa!
Good God. Is this a gauntlet runner? The very craft commissioned for His Highness the Prince? Even knowing His Highness was gone, still you toiled away. Oh, Neurus, you are an inspiration. Such nobility of purpose.
Yes. Right.
However, for a craft meant for the royal family, it is rather excessive, isn't it? Did you really build this vehicle exactly to their orders? You cannot mean.
Well, at first, certainly. I followed the blueprints exactly. But then His Highness died, and, well, I couldn't just let the old girl waste away. A masterpiece like her, collecting dust in storage? No! Unacceptable! Unthinkable!
So give it to us, please. We'll use it.
Working toward a dream. And this poor old girl is going to help me see it through. And then...
That's what we're saying, Norris. Come with us.
You imbecile! A lowly, brazen court engineer butchering His Highness's inheritance for a hobby! For this mania! You embezzled the royal treasury and disrespected his legacy! Treason!
So that's why we got it for free.
Look, take my head if you must, milady, but leave the value runner alone.
Look, this runner... Tis fully operational now, is it? Then I suggest you cooperate, for both our sakes. Finish your tinkering by tomorrow and bring it to the Grand Cathedral as soon as you can.
Eh? What's all this now? You play the proud soldier at me and then pluck it for your own schemes?
Tis no scheme.
Either that or arrest you for treason.
Would use it for His Highness's sake.
For His Highness, eh? Hold a tick. Haven't you been looking for him? Wandering across God knows where last I heard? So if you're back now and now you want a gauntlet runner for His Highness? Is His Highness still alive? That's it! I've got you, haven't I?
Well, wouldn't you like to know,
His
Weather
Highness
Boy?
who gave you refuge while you were only a heretical scholar condemned by the Sanctists. The time has come to repay his mercy.
Understood.
Now we see how we got the ship.
Is that enough? Can this old duck really handle an undercover operation?
I know what you're thinking, but 'tis at least true that he feels an undying debt of gratitude to the royal family.
Hey, that's all that matters.
Boy, a little faith. Not to brag, but this old duck's craft might be the fastest gauntlet runner in the kingdom. Why, probably the world. I think. Maybe.
How encouraging.
All I want is to push this runner as far and as fast as she can go. Show her off to the world. And you...
So why is it taking us 4 days to get to Martira?
Together than have to walk, eh?
I don't know about this, but I guess we'll just have to trust him. What do you think?
If we die, we die together.
I think we can count on him.
If you're sure, I suppose. We'll deal with it if we have to.
Either way, he knows the prince is alive, so we can't just leave him to his own devices. We're all in the same boat. Or runner, I guess.
Just don't crash. Oh man, are we gonna have to fight something in the runner?
Just make sure you've got a proper plan for all this mess now.
This guy's got
That's
no
gonna be so
filter.
cool if we have to.
But he has a point. We do need to talk strategy.
So, summing up. Our first trial is to slay a monster. We take its head as proof, then get it to the goal line before the deadline. The bigger the head, the better. Our destination is Port Brialhaven, the capital of the Western Principality of Oceania. It'd be a trek on foot, but this gauntlet runner should make it a snap.
So getting the bounty's head is our next move. And our target is a nefarious criminal who's been kidnapping and selling off children. Right?
Is he a Typhlosion?
Criminal? Did the task not specify a monster's head?
He is a monster.
All part of the plan. We don't need to win this thing. We just need to get Luis's attention. Everyone's going to show up with monster heads, and we shake things up with a felon. A knight-turned-kidnapper at that. Shows them we're there for justice.
But to deliberately violate the rules, we risk being disqualified entirely.
Is it
Then
deliberately
again,
breaking the rules?
it's just as likely to win the people's attention and thereby Luis's. I do understand the intent. What do you think of this plan?
I trust all of you.
I trust all of you completely.
Good enough for me. A captain's got to trust his crew, after all. The bounty's Heismay, an ex-knight. I realize that's a little close to home, Hulkenberg, so if you'd rather hang back...
No.
Heismay? I fucking hate that guy.
Precisely why I cannot let his atrocities stand. And yet, 'tis strange indeed that we are hunting a mere man when the trial demands a monster. Then again, our true aim is beyond the ambitions of any other aspirant. Our fate rests in this plan of yours, Stroll.
Thank you. I'll try to ensure your trust isn't misplaced.
I'm telling you, he is a monster. Anybody that, like, does anything with kids is a monster. And he's selling kids to Typhlosions.
Good to know. We can always look around more thoroughly later.
Yes. You needn't tire yourself out before we arrive.
Well, I'm a tinkerer and not much else. All my fighting happens in the old workshop. But I'll take you wherever you're going for your sake and mine. After all, the wilds out there are no berry picnic. Oh no.
I'll keep those berries away. You get the idea.
Wild beasts and savage scoundrels.
We're just get a little Typhlosion pop up every once in a while.
On the road together. So, if you need anything besides a steady hand on the wheel, give me a hoot. Bound to find me in the cockpit or the engine room.
He's certainly an eccentric, but he doesn't seem like a bad person. We'll get used to him, I suppose.
I wonder if he's an archetype. Something in me tells me he is an archetype.